So I've not long got done watching the movie Let Me In. So here I am with my thoughts and a review for this movie. Hi everyone. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to this review for the movie Let Me In. And first of all, thanks to Lee over at Bounty Bunch for sending me this film and telling me that I should watch it, because otherwise it would have gone unwatched. And honestly, with a poster like this, I don't know what side it's on, it doesn't look like it appeals to me. Now this film here, Let Me In, is a remake of, I believe it is a Swedish film called Let the Right One In. Now I haven't seen that version, so I cannot comment on similarities or what is best or anything like this. Now this film here in the UK, it came out on November the 5th of 2010 with a 15 rating and a runtime of 1 hour and 56 minutes. It had a budget of $20 million and went on to take a worldwide gross of $27 million. And it stars Chloe Grace Moretz, who is probably most famous for her role as Mindy McCready in Kick-Ass. Cody Smith-McPhee plays Owen. He's also been seen in things like X-Men Dark Phoenix and Apocalypse, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. He was also in Elvis. Elias Koteas as a policeman, just no name, just the policeman. He's been in things like The Thin Red Line, Shooter, and he played Casey Jones in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The film comes at us directed by Matt Reeves, and it's written by Matt Reeves, but obviously based on the film by John Ajvide Lindquist. Butchered that name, no doubt. So this film here is about this young boy named Owen, and he lives quite a solitary life. His parents are splitting up. He still lives with his mother. He's bullied at school, but this young girl moves in to the flat next door to him, and she in turn has her own issues, shall we say, and they form a bond, they form a friendship, but it turns out that she is a vampire. She's living there with her essentially guardian, a father figure of sorts, who goes out and basically drains blood from people for her to be able to feed. And so begins this movie. Now, generally the vampire genre, I can take it or leave it. So I sat down, I watched this film, and you know, it had me gripped from beginning to end for its entire runtime. The movie didn't overstay its welcome. It's beautifully shot, and now it is a horror film, but it isn't for me. It's very much the journey of these two characters, these two lost souls, forming a friendship, and that's the basis, the core of this movie. It's about a friendship between these two individuals. I feel that the film, you know, it's very well written, it's very well directed, and because it leans heavily into the character side of things, the film completely worked for me. The young boy is reading Romeo and Juliet in the film, and the film has a very sort of Romeo and Juliet-esque kind of vibe to it in its story and what it wants to say. As a horror film, it's got some horrific moments and very well done as well. But what comes off the best about this film is showing this child's isolation, because the film is done in such a way that even though this child, the young boy Owen, is living with his mother, we never get to see the mother's face. It's all done, her face is obscured by things or is out of shot in that she's higher than what the camera level is. And this is an aesthetic choice on Matt Reeves' directing part, and it just adds to the isolation of Owen and his detachment from the world. the two stars, Chloe Grace Moretz and Cody Smith-McPhee, fantastic in their roles. They got a great chemistry together. Very, very good. Support cast is good in the film as well. The bullies, the main bully, nasty piece of work, but we do get in a scene an understanding of why he's bullying someone else, because he's actually being bullied himself in this same manner by what I assume to be his older brother. But it all comes to a head for them. Now, the only thing I will say is that even though, this was a really good film, a very good film, outside of a genre that, it comes from a genre that I'm not, it wouldn't necessarily visit, like I said, unless pushed into doing so. Luckily, these vampires don't glow and sparkle. But what I will say is that I'm left with questions, certain questions about the film, and this is where I sort of head more into a spoiler territory kind of a thing for it. So if you don't want to know this stuff, then I suggest you switch off now with me saying, yeah, it's a great film and I highly recommend going to watch it. But those questions that I have about this film. Okay, the young girl, Chloe Grace Moretz, we come to find out that, she's 12 years old in body, but she's been around for a long, long time. And this is evident by a photo that Owen finds where she's photographed with a young boy who potentially could be the old man that she is with. I think that's left up to sort of up to your mind whether that's the case or not. But does she not age mentally? Does she remain childlike state as a vampire? Does she not, her experiences and that make her grow as a person, because she does come across as a child. But then the other part is that I found that the ending is kind of spelled out at the beginning. When we first meet Owen, there are scenes where he's wearing quite a sort of scary mask and sort of essentially threatening people, make-believe people in front of him. Bit of an odd behaviour. But then when we're introduced to the guardian person, or the father as he's known, he isn't the father, we see him don a mask and go out and do these killings. So at that point, I'm like, okay, the young boy is being set up to essentially take that role down the line. It's there in black and white. So there's kind of a sort of... it's not very subtle, shall we say. So I knew what the ending was going to be. But yes, the journey was fabulous. The character study of these two individuals coming together, and the journey that they go on, mixed with some fantastic directing by Matt Reeves and writing, some good violent, gory moments as well. This film's a winner. It's a great film. Now my question is should I now go and watch Let the Right One In? Interestingly, this film here is called Let Me In, which makes more sense as a title than Let the Right One In, because Let Me In has a double meaning for this film. Number one, let me in. Vampires need to be invited into your home in vampire law, or they can't come in, so let me in. And also let me in to your life kind of thing plays into the elements as well. So yeah, but yeah, should I go and watch the Swedish one now? Will I get anything more out of it, or is it essentially the same film blow by blow? Am I just okay keeping it and leaving it with this one? Let me know if you've seen both and what your thoughts are on that down below in the comments. And if I don't speak to you, I'll speak to you soon. Take care all, and goodbye.